Welcome into the doors of psychic experience and star people. Thank you for tuning in. Ask and you will be given what you asked for. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened. For everyone who asks receives. Anyone who seeks finds. If only you will knock, the door will open, and the truth within your higher self will be revealed to you. Come with us now and go with us where angels come and so can you.
Hello out there. Welcome to our show, Psychic Experience and Star People, presented by the First Spiritualist Church in San Diego, 1 block south at University Avenue. And it is a church where angels come and so can you any Sunday. I am Reverend Doris Horvath, the co-producer and your host. The contents of this show are metaphysical, spiritual, and education. This is show number 129. If you're looking for a church that has unusual vibrations, the First Spiritualist Church may be your answer. We have a very different approach to religion. We believe in life after death and continuation and communication with spirit after death. Our church is also a healing church. And every Sunday morning we offer aura healing, spiritual music, and interesting and enlightening lectures, followed by spiritual psychic messages. In the afternoon, we have a delicious lunch, workshops, classes, Reiki healing, and more. And if you're looking for something different than you have been used to, you may want to try this. It may be your answer. We also have a children's lyceum every first Sunday, beginning at 10:45 a.m. in the morning and until the worship service ends around 12:20. You can come see us any Sunday morning in the City Heights area of San Diego. Please look in the phone book for the phone number and address or call information for the First Spiritualist Church and listen to the information line. And I will give you the phone number at the very end of the show. Now, we have a very spontaneous approach to our show. We have very well-known special guests. Our show, we talk about metaphysical and spiritual topics. The show is also very spontaneous for anyone who's just tuned in. It just happens the way Spirit directs us and the angels direct it to be. Today, I'm happy to tell you that our special guest is Armand Archambeault. I would like to introduce him. He's sitting right here beside me. Would you like to say hello to the audience, Armand?
Hello, audience.
Okay. I would like to ask you some questions so they can get to know you better, but I'm going to read your bio first, so that they will know something about you before what they're going to hear about tonight. Armand is our special guest today, who I first met in Riverside, California, in Sage's grocery store many years ago. We had just casual glances at each other and some hellos. And then I met him again much later here in San Diego. I met him at the First Spiritualist Church one day when he was doing a lecture at our church service. He caught all of our attention, much to finding out that he is an author. And he gave us some of his first published books. The title was It. And I'm going to ask him to hold his book up and show us what the cover looks like. So that if you're out somewhere and you see this, you'll know that Armand wrote this book. This is the first one that he wrote. And we were very fortunate. He gave the church a lot of copies. A lot of people were really happy to get to take one home. So thank you, Armand. It results in a lot of wisdom and knowledge that is accessed in this book. I was mesmerized by his story of fasting for 40 days and the resulting transformation into a higher state of consciousness. And I don't know how he did this. He says he did drink fruit juice and water, and he was working all that time. I don't know how he did that. He must have a very strong constitution. He says the book resulted from Archangel Gabriel, who appeared in the kitchen of his house. And he channeled this book, the It God book. And that was the beginning. Now there has been a second one. Would you like to show that, Armand? This is his second book that he has here.
It too.
It too. This is his second one. Now, he wasn't going to stop there. He said this one is like the Bible of the three.
This is the main book.
Yeah, okay. Then there's a third book that he has here tonight that he'll show you. And this one.
The Great Illusion of Life.
Okay. Okay. So we're very happy to have him back. It's been a long time since he was on our show before, and he's been very busy ever since. And I don't know if there's going to be a IC4 or not.
Not.
Okay. Maybe your computer's trying to tell you something by quitting. Okay. So then, is it okay then if I go ahead and ask you some questions?
Yep.
I think this is the best way to find out more. What is Gabriel's purpose for contacting you, Armand? I've always been curious about that.
Gabriel's purpose in contacting me was because since I was 7 years old, I had asked very intently and purely if there was a God or not, and I wanted God to tell me if God was there. And all I could hear from my Catholic bringing up was this certain thing about God, Jesus, and so forth, and none of this stuff affected me as something real. It just seemed like it was Hollywood, like dreams that people were excited about, and so they went for it, but it didn't make me get affected in my search for God. So I continued that and kept asking over my lifetime, besides working in the Catholic Church to do teaching for Sunday schools and so forth. And so when I was 40 years old in 1970, all of a sudden, after I had learned how to meditate, and I meditated every day for about 15 minutes, then this voice started to talk to me in some way that I could understand it, but it was in a form of pictures and voices combined. And it was like an international language where the pictures would be on a Ferris wheel coming before me like this, and there would be some pictures from my subconscious mind that I was already familiar with coming into my mind in the front here with my eyes closed, and they started to make sense to me. And the voice that I was hearing was telling me that we are practicing. We practiced for about 3 months and learning how to understand each other with the icons from my subconscious mind floating before me on a Ferris wheel. And it took about 3 months of good, solid practice.
That's amazing. That's what my camera's supposed to do, and it won't do it all the time. What happens to us when we die? You know that we all have this question. What happens?
What happened?
When we die.
When we die? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What happens when we die? Well, when we die, we go directly into another body that is waiting for us. And this body is being born, and when it takes its first breath, assisted by the doctor usually when he slaps the baby on the bottom, and the umbilical cord is cut, and baby takes his first breath, then my soul enters that body, along with karmic guidance, which is a part of my soul. So my karmic guidance is like a guardian angel for me from my own soul that I had made in my last life. And I am entering this new baby body that is crying and breathing, and that is me now, because I have immediately gone from my death, so-called, into another baby. And now I am breathing, and I have karmic guidance from my past
Reincarnation.
lifetime. Yeah.
Why do we say that our lives and our deaths are like movies?
Yes. My whole life is a movie. Your whole life is a movie. Everybody's life is a movie. Every now moment is what we talk about these days. And each now moment is like a frame in a movie. So this now moment right now is a frame in a movie of my life. And that's already gone. There's another now moment as I'm speaking. And that frame becomes part of my movie that I'm making, which becomes my soul, which is emanated from my brain, which is pretty hot from doing all the thinking that I do. And it emanates into the it energy field, which we call God today. Not a man. It is an energy force that is from our source, what we call God, what we're always looking for. We live in this energy field. In the old days, we called it ether. And today, we call it energy force, directly from the source, which is what we are living in right now. Nobody can escape it. That's where life is being lived, is in this energy field.
So we are the actresses and actors in our lives.
Yes.
And we're making our own movies.
This all works like a movie in Hollywood. My life is a movie, your life is a movie, and our souls are the recorders, the cameras. The souls are recording everything that happens in our life from all of our senses that go into the soul, and they are recorded. And when my body dies, my soul has a movie made of my lifetime. And this goes for everybody. Your soul has a movie being made from your choices in your life of all of your experiences, and it's in color. And this movie goes into your new body when the new baby starts breathing on its own. It's what we call responsible breath. When the new baby breathes this responsible breath, it is now me, with a new name, new parents, a new last name, and a first name. And nobody can find me, because I am not there where my mind can be read anymore, because I am a new person in a new time period with new parents in a different place.
What a wonderful way of explaining that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just had a wonderful lesson here. How can we change our bad habits?
Okay, the easy way to, and this is just found recently in the annals of science, but Gabriel has taught me how to do this over the years. When I have a habit formed in me, and somebody is talking to me, or talking at me, or talking about me, or talking on the television, and it's directed at me, I react to that movie on the television, or I react to a person's voice or their actions. And when my actions come out of my body, they are in my heart area. My heart says, I don't like that. I don't like that. So, how we rectify ourselves, if we don't like what our habitual soul experiences reflect into our heart, and that's called emotions, when we feel that, we talk to ourselves either internally or externally, depending on the company we're keeping, and we tell ourselves that we are not that same person anymore that we were when we made the habit that caused this emotion in our heart area. And you say, like, I will not be or stand for this to be me anymore, because I am not that person in this now moment that I was in the moment this habit was created. And this is the way your whole life can be changed, from old habits to new habits, by controlling them, by talking to yourself. Talk to your soul, talk to your body, whatever you need to talk to.
I believe we can do that even if we think we're getting a cold. We can tell ourselves that we don't want it.
Yes.
And put a stop to it right then and there.
Yep.
Then, what you're saying here, how would we go within ourselves then to find all this?
All right. The way I was taught by Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, in 1970, thereafter, Gabriel taught me to be on an elevator, 75th floor of the Empire State Building, while I am in the meditative state. And as I'm meditating from the 75th floor, I would count myself down: 70th floor, the 65th floor, the 50th floor, 45th floor, and so forth, usually 5 floors at a time, slowly, and experiencing relaxation in every part of my body as I descend in the elevator. Starting at the top of my head, I'm relaxing the skin around my head, relaxing my ears, relaxing my brain, relaxing all the blood flow in my eyes and my body, down my throat, my neck, down into the liver and the lungs, the heart area, down into the groin. So as I go down 5 floors at a time, I'm relaxing deeper and deeper throughout my body, from the top all the way down to my toes, from the ankles and the hips and so forth down to the toes. And when I get my body completely relaxed, I consider my body to be separated from the real me, which is the it energy that I am. I am, and you are, everybody is, this it energy operating in an animal body. The best animal body available on this planet to move me around so that I can move around on this planet comfortably.
Okay. This next thing that I'm going to ask you about is sort of unusual, and I'm very anxious to hear what you're going to say. Why must we be naked?
All right. Naked is a shaker-upper, but I learned this from the words of Jesus in the Bible, from the Gospel of St. Thomas, from the Nag Hammadi Library. When those books were found in the big clay vase jars out in the Egyptian desert about 50 years ago, I studied those, and Jesus used the word naked quite a bit. And I found out that he meant, when he said, you need to get naked before God your Father, he meant that you have to separate yourself from your body, so that all is left is your spirit. The spirit, it, which is the name of the books. It. That's where it came from. It's this last part of the word spirit, it. All right, now this energy is pure energy that we are of all the time. This is our life. This is what causes life, by making everything different and always changing. Life is always changing. When you're up, you know you're going to be down. And when you're down, you know you're going to be up. Because nothing stays the same unless you're dead. And nobody wants to be dead. So you are immediately when upon the death of your body, you're going into a new body. And for those that want to be in the oneness and enjoy the oneness of the one, like they say, the oneness with God, oneness with the Father, that is supposed to be just temporary in order to live life. You cannot be one completely in the oneness of the Father all the time, because then nothing changes. The Father doesn't change. The Father just is all. And so if you want to become one with the Father, you are asking to not live life. And you can't do that. You are here to live life eternally. That is mankind's job for the rest of his lives and lives and lives and lives. It just goes on and on and on. That's our job.
So then what is our abundance all about?
The abundance is something else I learned from the words of Jesus in the New Testament and some from the Nag Hammadi files. The abundance of life that Jesus talks about is the good qualities of soul, not who wins the most toys, who is the best competitor in the sports, not who is making the best movies, who has the biggest and finest house and the most money. This is not what Jesus was talking about. The abundance of life comes from acquiring patience, acquiring enlightenment and wisdom, acquiring the management of time in your life so that you have time to live life. You're not like today's so-called soccer moms, which are busy, busy, busy. Never have time to live life. They're going from one job to another until they're just going wild. So the abundance of life that Jesus is talking about is to take it easy. Take life easy. Don't rush around, because rush causes stress, causes disease, causes unrest, and causes all kinds of problems that are just manufactured by your own stress. So do not cause stress. Be patient and kind. Talk to your neighbors. Try to get them these days to talk back to you. When you say hello, hopefully they'll say hello back to you, and that's very, very not done anymore.
That's too bad. We have time for one more question.
All right.
What do we gain when we are naked and ask, who am I and what am I?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I thought
Right.
that was a good one for the last one.
When we get naked, which means that we have dropped our body and we have dropped the cosmos, we are not paying attention to anything but spirit, which means we are one with God temporarily. All right, and when you are one with God temporarily, after discarding the world, and you are the it energy, the same as your Father, it, God, energy, field that you are in, when you are this energy after dropping everything, then your real self is this it energy, spirit, the activator of all life. Now, when you are the activator of all life and you ask God in your meditation, who am I and what am I, you find that you are, truthfully and in total reality, you are that God that you're talking to. Except you are in the form of individuated beings, using that energy in an imaginary life. That's what life is all about. That's why the Great Illusion of Life, my last book, was written, is to tell all about this great illusion of life that we live and why it is done, because life has to be an illusion done by God by dividing its energy into human beings.
All right, I think that's very well said, Armand. Thank you so much for being with us today. And I would like you to write down the phone number at the end of the show. And this way you can call me and I'll give you Armand's telephone number. And I'm in the phone book as well. So just remember the First Spiritualist Church where angels come, and so can you, any Sunday. And what I told you about the church, you'll need to go to find out. And I want to thank all of you for watching. And I want to say that this show has been a wonderful experience for myself. And it's a wonderful experience for knowing someone, for Armand, who is such a great teacher and has so much to give to humanity. So God bless all you. Thank you very much for watching. And goodbye for now.